Had a birthday too. Happy birthday to her.
She did. Yeah. We got a great relationship with Laura Ingraham. She joins us once a week, and today's the day. Hey, how are you?
Will not be stopped by this cataclysmic 4-inch snowstorm in Washington.
The federal government not working today. It's another one of those things where only if you're an essential person you can run the streets.
But guys, yeah, right. But isn't this a great way to cut government? Anyone who can't make it in today, they're obviously not essential, and the government still goes on. So that's an easy cut right there.
Sure.
Okay,
well,
got it.
You're essential because we had to talk to you about this because breaking overnight, a federal judge down in Texas has looked at the executive amnesty, essentially, that the president has signed. That's supposed to go into effect tomorrow, and he said, stop. I'm going to block that because if you start it, it would be impossible for the states, the 24 or so states that are suing the federal government, to put the genie back in the bottle. This is a big defeat for the president.
Yeah, it's not a ruling yet on the merits, but it's an indication of perhaps where this is going, because the court is basically saying there is a decent likelihood of success on the merits for the states that are saying, we don't want this is unconstitutional.
Right.
It's a separation of powers issue. So the court comes in and gives injunctive relief. It says, look, we don't want to make this situation worse by allowing this amnesty to go forward, and then you're right, rolling it back after they issue the IDs, after people are working in various job sectors. I mean, forget it. It's very difficult. So it'll be interesting to see the way the administration spins this today. But there'll be other courts that will come out with other rulings, and we would hope that they would be consistent, but you never know.
Laura, just to follow up just quick, because you have the legal background. So your understanding is the Fifth Circuit will take a look at this and will decide not to touch it. So therefore, they're going to just do a whole deliberation on the merits of this case.
There will be right there. Exactly. I'm sorry. There'll be a substantive case on the merits. This is injunctive relief. So it's basically saying stop where we are right now. We're going to actually undertake a full review of the case on the merits, the arguments pro and con. We'll make a final ruling. But in the meantime, before we make a final ruling, this can't go forward. So that's my understanding of where the case. I haven't read the entire decision, but that's my understanding of where we are today in the Fifth Circuit.
Whoa, Nelly.
Yeah, not a great day though for the administration. As
not at all. I mean, you want this to go forward. You want the court to say, oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. I reject your application for a stay or a halt of this.
Is this Boehner's off-ramp to say, okay, I'll fund Homeland Security, being that this is stay?
Well, it might be. I mean, I think that would be a stupid way to go. I mean, I know there's some people have said over the last couple nights, including on Fox, that well, this program is funded by fees, so Congress can't really affect fees. But Congress has acted against fee-based programs just in the past year or two. So we've acted against that in Congress. So there's no reason in my mind why they can't say, look, you cannot collect fees or use fees to implement this program. Otherwise, a whole array of unconstitutional actions would just be fee-based actions, and an executive branch could always get around that constitutional understanding just by using a fee-based program. So I don't think that argument really holds water ultimately.
Great insight there, Laura, as always. I love picking your brain on that. Let me ask you about this, too. Okay, so we've been asking the administration for, define your strategy here with ISIS. Well, now I think a lot of people are saying, gosh, we're sorry we asked, because when we heard from the State Department and Marie Harf explaining how the strategy is no longer kill them off, but to maybe give them job training or internships, I think I about lost my mind. Listen to this.
Killing a lot of them, and we're going to keep killing more of them. So are the Egyptians, so are the Jordanians. They're in this fight with us. But we cannot win this war by killing them. We cannot kill our way out of this war. We need, in the longer term, medium and longer term, to go after the root causes that leads people to join these groups, whether it's lack of opportunity for jobs. We can work with countries around the world to help improve their governance. We can help them build their economy so they can have job opportunities for these people.
Okay, so have these ISIS monsters go to monster.com and get a job.
That's a strategy.
First of all, when I first watched Marie Harf, and God bless her, I thought you had mixed up the clips for Celebrity Apprentice. I'm like, what a show. Wait a second. Where's Lisa Gibbons? Is that Lisa? What? No, Lisa Gibbons. Lisa Gibbons would have had a much more insightful answer to that question. So now the administration's position on this, which is growing increasingly untenable, and the public opinion polls are even showing that people aren't buying this. that we need to improve job opportunities on the ground for the people who are being attracted to ISIS. Well, we know a lot of people who are going to ISIS actually had jobs and were working. We're middle class and upper middle class, mostly men, who had lots of opportunities, but they actually are following a religious order and an understanding to, basically take the Islamic State and sweep it across Europe. That's what they want to do. And last time I checked, the Obama administration had enough on its hands giving job opportunities to the tens of millions of Americans who are out of work. So look, this is an insult to all the people in the world who are actually poor and not blowing people up and not targeting Christians. I mean, we have Guatemalans who are not targeting Christians. We have people all over the Philippines and India who are not targeting Christians and Jews. This is a religious war. The rest of the world is waking up to this, and there's one person, as far as I can tell, really left, other than the celebrity apprentice herself from the State Department, who doesn't get this, and it's the President of the United States.
Absolutely.
He's increasingly isolated on this.
And even the Pope came out, Laura, and referred to it. These people these Egyptians were murdered because they were Christians.
Of course they were.
Here's the White House statement on the murder of these 21 Egyptian Catholics. The White House says the White House condemns the despicable and cowardly murder of 21 Egyptian citizens. They refer to them as Egyptian citizens. Meanwhile, you've got the Pope saying this: they were executed for nothing more than the fact that they were Christian. The blood of our Christian sisters and brothers is testimony that cries out to us, be they Catholics, Orthodox, Coptics, Lutherans. It does not matter. They are Christians. Their blood is the same. Why doesn't the president get it?
I mean, at some point, there seems to, is this a psychological issue? I can't begin to analyze this. The actual beheaders, according to the Post today, the New York Post today, said these people were followers of the cross.
Right.
And pledged that they would be coming to Rome, that Allah instructs them to sweep back across Europe. They want to redo what they didn't win 900 years ago when, the president was invoking the Crusades and, the Inquisition. Well, go rewind 900 years or so, and that's what they wanted. Okay, this is what this was all about. This was establishing a caliphate across Europe and to ultimately crush and destroy Christendom. Now, Christendom has been on the decline in Europe. We know that. But there are Christians all over the world who woke up over the weekend and said, this is about us and our Jewish brothers and sisters, and they will not be stopped until they are killed.
Right.
So Marie Harf and her celebrity apprentice view of the world and the president and his isolated view of the world are actually hurting the cause of destroying evil because they won't really call it what it is. And I think people are getting sick of it. I'm not an interventionist. I don't want to go all over the world and be the world's policeman, but I'm really getting sick of it at this point.
Right.
And I stand, I have my cross on every day, partly for a reason. I stand with the people who've been brutalized over the past, 10, 15 years by the Islamists. This is not a new thing.
We don't have to fight in every corner. We can't, but we can lead. And we can provide the apparatus and the strategy to push everyone forward because there is a willingness to stand up for themselves. But the Egyptians, the Jordanians, and others are waiting for us, and we have to answer the call.
And right now, the leader is the Pope. All right, Laura, thank you very much. We know you got to go do your radio show. We'll see you back here next week.
Courageous, Laura.
Thank you.
Thanks.